Hello guys, I'm Mr. Christopher, and today we're gonna solve one more exercise about SOH rule, okay? In which we are going to use trigonometric functions and relations in a right angle triangle to find out other measures and angles. So we're gonna work with this exercise. The cable car climbs at 48 degrees to the horizontal up to mountainside. BC equal 500 to 20 meters and DE is equal to 370 meters. Calculate the total length of the cable AC and the vertical height gained from C to A. Okay, so letter A, the total length of the cable AC. So I'm gonna mark this in orange. We have to find this length. Basically, we know BC, which is 520, and we also know this part over here, DE, 370. So how can we use such measures to find out A? Well, there is more than one way to solve this question. We can solve this question by similarity, in which we can find this side over here, and then we find this side here. But I would suggest to solve this by find first DC here. We add them together, and then we can find the cable using the trigonometric relation. So let's go for it. I'm gonna find here DE, okay, in which I'm gonna call X. So X is the measure that I'm going first. So as you can see, we have a triangle here. That is the BCD triangle. I'm gonna draw it here. I'm gonna highlight it. BCD. Okay, we have this triangle in which I have one angle, and the angle that I have here is 48. Okay, I have 48, and I have also one measure, 520. Okay, so the relation that we're gonna use must include 520 meters, the angle, and of course the adjacent side, because this side is touching the angle that we are using. Alright? So, just to remind you, we have SO, CA, TOA. Okay? SOH. This is the sine rule. Sine equal opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Cosine equal to adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. And TOA, which is the tangent, equal to opposite side divided by adjacent side. Okay? So the one who involves the adjacent side and hypotenuse is going to be the cosine rule. Okay? The cosine rule. Adjacent side and hypotenuse. So let's solve it. A. Okay, letter A. Cosine of 48 is going to be equal to adjacent side. Adjacent side is the one that we want to know, so it's X, okay, divided by the hypotenuse, H. Hypotenuse 520. Okay, so x is going to be equal to 520 times the cosine of 48. Okay, remember that cosine of 48 is nothing more than a number. It's a number that you get from your calculator. So let me open mine, as you can see here. Don't forget, it must be in degrees, not radians. And let's go. 520 times the cosine of 48. Okay, so we can see that the side is 347.94. 347.94. So I'm gonna round you to 348. Okay, 348 meters. All right, 348 meters. So this 348 meters is x. So we already know the length of x. X is 348. All right. So the whole side here, the side that I'm gonna highlight in green, this side is going to be the sum of 370 plus 370 plus 348. And this is going to be, let's clear out, 370 plus 348. So the answer for this is 700, I have here 718 meters, okay? So this green part here is 718. Now let's go for letter B. Let's go for letter B. I will just highlight the first answer here. B, let's go. The vertical height gained from C to A. So look, the cable car is gaining here height until here. So the question now is asking for this side, the height at the A, okay? And I'm gonna call this side Y. Okay, we don't know the height yet, but what we know by now is the angle 48. Let's highlight the information that we have so far. So we have 48 for letter B. We also have adjacent side, which is 718, and we want to know the opposite side. Okay, is the opposite side of 48. So we need to find a relation in which we have the adjacent side and the opposite side. All right, because we don't want to know anything about the hypotenuse. The only relation that have both sides involved is TOA. Okay, is TOA. So let me put here letter B, TOA. For letter A, we used CAH. So TOA for letter B, and for letter A, we used CAH. Okay, so let's use TOA to solve letter B. Let's go for it. TOA is tangent now of 48 because the angle is the same. This is going to be equal to opposite side at first. So y divided by adjacent side, 718. Okay, 718. So we can say that y is equal to 718 times the tangent of 48. 718 times the tangent of 48. And this, let's take our calculators. This is going to be easily calculated by a scientific calculator. 718, okay, times tangent of 48. It's there. 797.4. Since it's 0.4 is less than 5, I'm gonna round it to 797. 797. Okay, if you want to put 0.5 here, that's okay, because the exercise is not asking for the number of significant figures or decimal places. You choose, but that's the answer for letter B. Okay. Yes, and it makes sense. It's greater than the adjacent side. Okay, it's greater than adjacent side. We expected a greater side here. Okay, greater than 718, because here's 48, and 48 is bigger than 45 degrees. Okay, if we had here 45 degrees, so we would find both sides equal. But since it's greater than 45, so y must be greater than x plus 370, or adjacent side. Okay? Hope this was useful for you, and see you next time. Bye.